The second part of the video tutorial series, this time we'll dissect the entire Bitcoin fundamentals, what it's based on. Yes, using just three things: a full historical chart of Bitcoin, a daily chart, indicators that will inform us about the fundamentals, and this thing called the stock to flow model, which tells us about Bitcoin's limitations and mission. And following this, an increase in price due to a reduction in its supply on the market, right? That's its essence. But before that, I want to discuss where you should really be trading. My choice is the Bybit exchange with minimal commission and maximum liquidity, minimal slippage. Through the link in the description, you can get a $10 bonus starting with just a $100 deposit and the referral code 63583. Sign up and start trading with me as well. And the stock to flow model, guys. It's an ancient model that tells us about a future halving is predicted in April, and prior to this there were already 3 halvings. That's what moments when the mining reward is halved. Yes, for creating Bitcoin. That is, there are video cards. Yes, mines. That is, they create this code blocks. Yes, blockchain technology. Yes, that is Bitcoin. All crypto is essentially a new technology, a calculation technology, a technology that is used in calculations, which is used in finance, including all. There were 3 halvings. One was in the 12th year, the next in the 16th, and another one in the 20th. After each of these halvings, there was a significant price increase. Now we'll figure out what is the catch. Yes, now it is just such an interesting moment when the halving is very close. Yes, in April of this year, it's predicted in the 20s. That's how you kind of see, yes, what kind of price movement purely. Fundamentally, it's predicted for Bitcoin. Let's go back to our chart. What can we say about these 3 halvings that have already occurred and about the 4th, which is coming? The first was in the 12th. In the year 2012, around November, our indicator A calculates a point for us from the hash rate. Optimal purchase from which he calculates this point. After halving, it's usually a period of 6 months or 4 months. Here it's only 75 days, by the way. Well, yes, around and around that time when accumulation occurs, when consolidation occurs, when it happens, when mining comes onto payback. Yes, that is, after halving, the period of accumulation, and just when this period ends, on that day when mining becomes profitable. Profitable again, yes, that is, after halving, it becomes unprofitable. That is, creating Bitcoin becomes unprofitable. Yes, that is, through a period of consolidation, it again becomes profitable. Bitcoin again gets the impulse to grow, and then an all-time high happens in December, all-time high. That is the highest point, yes, of Bitcoin price movement in December or November of the following year after the halving. Yes. Notice, the next high is projected for November, December of 2025. Here, the same situation also happened in the 16th year. The period of consolidation of accumulation is somewhere around this, around 70 days. Yes, ideally, yes, I advise to wait about 3 or 4 months so that the period of consolidation goes by, and after that again. Unstoppable growth never returned to this point after that. The next high was carried away in December 17, November, December of the following year after the halving. For the 3rd time, the same situation. Just that now we have such a terrible deviation with COVID. Yes, everyone decided to take risks. In a way, ditch the risky asset Bitcoin in the 20th year of halving, profitability. Yes, mining, a period of consolidation. Mining becomes with profitable, it pays off again. And after July 12th, there is a recoilless growth when, and Bitcoin no longer returns to this point. Yes, the same type of halving is predicted in April. Yes, in April, here it is. Yes, in April of this year, it turns out to be an all-time high, to an all-time high in November. In December of 25, what else can we say? In the last cycle of halving, institutional investors came here. Yes, that is, exchanges like Coinbase opened, funds decided to buy Bitcoin. And through this very Coinbase exchange, which is more or less legalized with the United States, in other countries it began to be accepted. Yes, in El Salvador, such a country that has completely switched to Bitcoin. The standard used to be gold, and now the Bitcoin standards, they even have their own government bonds, and they issue scale with the backing of Bitcoin. That is, it is now legitimized digital gold. Yes, limited issuance. There will be 21 Bitcoin in total, 21 million Bitcoin, sorry. But so there are 8 billion people and 8 billion people. So the price grows purely because of these. A simple trend has already repeated itself 3 times. It could also happen a 4th time. Yes, we definitely had corrections. There were falls, especially in 2020, of course. After the halving in 2016, there was a correction and a significant correction before the halving in 2012. Yes, Bitcoin was sold off a lot, but the general global trend is very bullish. That's why we trade crypto. That's why we're interested in speculating, but it's also possible to invest long-term because the fundamental potential is huge. This potential is also confirmed by the fact that just recently, yes, that's when ETF funds for Bitcoin were adopted at this very moment. Meaning Bitcoin began to be traded on Wall Street, on the American Stock Exchange, and such large companies, BlackRock, Fidelity, yes, Investco, they purchased an enormous amount. They purchased a large amount of Bitcoin as collateral for the future. Yes, to support their fund, the shares they issued. Yeah, papers, essentially. Their papers secured with Bitcoin. And the Securities and Exchange Commission in America said, yes, okay, as if legitimately, yes, legitimized the entire process in general, this type of factor. We are told about this inevitable Tosiman. Yeah, the same one you heard about everywhere on the internet. Yes, the one that, according to fundamental factors, talk about the fact that Bitcoin's price will continue to grow long-term over 5 through 10 years and beyond. Yes, this halving is planned in the new conditions. Yes, all the halvings. Before this, the key rate of the Fed. Yes, so there's a possibility. To have money in the world system, it was low, yes, all 3 times. This time, the fund rate is 5.5, yeah, quite high, meaning the economy will find it harder to grow, and it will be more difficult to grow, of course, for Bitcoin at this moment. So look, there's something else I wanted to note from this, from the fundamentals, which is exactly for fundamental reasons, because we have a decrease in influence and a reduction in rewards. And the number of miners is doubled. Yes, what is happening? Oh, sorry, the analysis jumped out. We have a slowdown in trends. Yes, that is, each halving gives less and less gives growth. Yes, that is, I have shown you a logarithmic graph, specifically so that it would be clear. But if we open the usual one, yes, we get such a picture, yes, such a crazy picture, behind which all investors go into. That's right, that is, those who, I think you have heard about people who bought there in the year of 2010, some kind of a long time ago. They took part in this great rally, which is highly likely to continue in the future. That's basically all you need to know about the fundamentals of Bitcoin. Yes, that is to get in, find out what blockchain is, yes, look for people, programmers who will tell you this is already on. This stage is pointless. Yes, I mean, we had 3 halvings, 3 confirmations, that, and the cycles are functioning, and some guys have done their, let's say, their research conducted very thoroughly, yeah, and who can be trusted, at least by the small retail ordinary investor. But when investing in Bitcoin and in crypto in general, don't forget the usual simple principles of investing, yes. But because the halving and the cycle around them take a very long time, Yes, you can buy. Its price can easily fall to 25 and nothing. It will be like within the framework of the halving cycle. Yes, this will be a kind of post-halving correction. But if you don't survive, how hard it will be for you to see these kinds of minuses. Of course, you should either distribute your share, buy gradually day by day, or wait just for this correction. Thank you for your attention. All the best. I hope we figured it out.